Hello guys, welcome back again. Today I have the distinct pleasure and I'm very excited to present to you this 2020 Genesis G90. For those who don't know, Genesis is the luxury division owned by Hyundai Motor Corporation, and even though it's very dominant in the USA, the Genesis brand is still a new entrant in Europe, and so the models, especially the G90, is extremely rare. This specific one is actually the Genesis G90 5.0, so it has a 5-liter engine, which is I think, if I'm not mistaken, only not even 100 units produced in total. Europe especially, this might be one of maybe 5 units, and yeah, so it has a 5-liter naturally aspirated engine. It's called the TAO engine. It was developed by Hyundai Motor Corporation, so this might be really the most powerful engine produced by the company, and it produces 413 horsepower. It does 0 to 100 kilometers, so 0 to 62 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds, which is extremely impressive considering the fact that this car weighs 2.2 kilograms, 2 tons, 2.2 tons, yeah, 2,200 kilograms, and is also extremely long. So it's, if I'm correct from the brochure, it's 5.225 meters long, so it's even longer than the current S-Class and the BMW 7 Series, which is of course, by the way, the rivals. So this car was developed by Hyundai Motor Corporation to compete against the Mercedes S-Class, the BMW 7 Series, and Audi A8, but it's really has many advantages. As you can see, it has these beautiful 19-inch alloy wheels of Genesis. Everything's pretty much new, so it has currently only around 1100, so 1100 kilometers on the clock, and it's still basically brand new. So without further ado, let's just take a look at the interior as well. Here's the keys, unlock. As you can see, the keys are also very special. It has this Genesis branding on the stitch. Please excuse me for the, not only for the video quality, but also this car is actually quite new, so I have the distinct pleasure to present to you this car, as I have this car only for 3 days and I'm still basically just exploring it, so I also have very limited knowledge about the main features, so I might forget a few things to mention. So we're basically discovering it together with this video. As you can see, the interior is extremely beautiful. So it's one of the most beautiful interiors I've ever seen and experienced personally by myself, next to the BMW 7 Series E38, which I fell in love with. So starting here, we have, of course, power windows for all 4 seats. We have memory seats which we can adjust, so 3 memory options. It has a sound system called Lexicon. I don't really know about this brand. I don't even know if it's a brand. I just know Bose and Harman Kardon, but this seems to be, I have to look up which country this is from. It has beautiful leather finishing all over the interior, so on the sides, the panels, the wood panel is extremely beautiful and it feels really nice. So the color, so I have to really give credit to Hyundai Motor Corporation because the quality is just amazing of the interior. This is the first thing I especially pay attention with cars from this tier, top tier, you know, 5 Series, 7 Series above, when talking about BMW. So the leather is just amazing. It has ventilated seats. On the side here you have the control for the seats, so it goes, you can adjust the back, the head, yeah. And on the side it has, of course, the Genesis branding. I believe, yeah, these models are exclusively manufactured in Korea, in Ulsan factory. So all of these models are being produced in its homeland. More from the driver's seat later. So let's first, of course, the most important part of this car is the rear. So it's where the person belongs in these top tier models. As you can see, the door is huge. I mean, this is one thing that struck me when I first got this car 2 days ago. The rear doors is so extreme, but you will soon see why. The rear is just amazing. I mean, not only the legroom, which is extremely huge, but also headroom, so you have plenty of space in the back. But of course, again, the seats are extremely comfortable. So I did not manage to have a seat in the back, but it just feels the quality of the seats. I think none of the current cars that are being produced have this quality when it comes to the finishing and especially the materials of the seats. I've tested by myself personally also the current S-Class models, but one of the most common examples which many of the reviewers can give and owners is just the build quality. If you touch even the most basic panels, you will see a lot of plastic noise, cracking, but this car feels so solid. It's like a tank. I mean, there's not even the slightest amount of noise when I touch the components and on the dash or even in the back. Yeah, so even in the back, as you can see, you have controls for the seat, the head and back. You have control units over the media, so even the sound system, heated seats, climate control, and even you got here screens on the back. I didn't actually try to operate these, so I don't even know how to activate, but I believe you can connect your phone or have access to various apps here. And yeah, also the back has memory functions, which is just amazing. Let me just hop up in the back. Yeah, unsurprisingly, the back feels just so nice. I mean, I've never experienced such comfortable positioning. So it's huge, really. So the ceiling has also a very distinctive quality finishing. I think it's Alcantara, but it's just I mean, it just blows my mind. Yeah, so you have also a lot of storage here in the back. You have cup positioning places, cup holders it's called, I think, yeah. And yeah, so not surprisingly, you have also ventilated functions in the back. This car really is out of this world, honestly. So I think not only with these amount of units, limited amount of units produced, but also the quality is just overwhelming. I mean, I don't even know if Lexus, the current lineups of Lexus LS models, have this much quality for the price, because considering the fact this car starts from 90 grand euros, it's really a bargain. I mean, in today's pricing, I don't even know if even Lexus, which is the most least expensive alternative to S-Class, has this amount of quality. So let's also show you the trunk. Yeah, it's fully automatic, not surprisingly. The trunk has also a vast amount of space, so as you can see, they even have added 2 umbrellas, so it's factory included. I can see they have these Hyundai logos, so very generous. I don't even know if the German competitors do this. I just know these from Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce, who have this courtesy. Can be fully locked automatic by pressing the button. And yeah, so on the sides, of course, you have chrome finishing, but as well as on the bottom panels on the sides you have chrome, which is quite rare for me to see. I think I never seen this before in any other car, so it looks really nice and has a real luxurious impression. Yeah, so lastly, I want to show you the interior, I mean the driver's side, and also give you an idea of the engine. Yeah, so just for the center controls, you have heated seats, so you have here the seat adjustments. You can have these are, I think, for the ventilation, and these for the heating, so heat function. The steering wheel can be heated by pressing this button. This is for the rear, forgive me, I don't know what is it called, but I think it's for the shades. So when you put it in reverse, it basically just goes down. You have a big storage here. I don't even know what this is. So you have cup holders here. This, honestly, I don't know, but I cannot take it out right now. Another, yeah, so here you have the USB connection. One thing also I very much like about this car is the controls are very intuitive. So really on the first day, even though I'm more used to the older cars, I immediately figure out where to find the main functions. So it's really intuitive. You know, the gearbox, the ventilation controls for passenger, and for the driver. So AC controls, you know, ventilation for the windows, and yeah, radio, media, and various setup functions. So it's very intuitive. Actually, yeah, to show you more, let's start the engine. Also to give you an idea how this 5-liter Korean superpower sounds. Yeah. All right. Let it run. Press the foot on the brake and then just press the start button. It's beautiful. The engine is so smooth. I mean, I've driven over 400 kilometers when I got this car, and I had no headache and no backache at all. So it was like flying a plane. So it was so comfortable. It just glides on the street, but what more could you expect? You know, it's not only the huge engine, which is smooth, but also the size of the car is just immense. So it's 4.2 meters long and weighs 2.2 tons. So it's even more, has a more size than an S-Class. And you really feel that you're sitting in a tank. Yeah, so just to show you, you have, so the Genesis offers various amounts of drive mode. So by pressing this button, I can basically select Sport, Eco, Individual and Smart. Usually, in the most cases, you would go with the Smart function. But if you want really sporty feeling, so the suspension, steering, then you really feel a difference. So especially this car takes 0 to 100 kilometers in 5.7 seconds and top speed around 240 kilometers. But one thing I realize is the time from 100 to 200 kilometers per hour. If you push the gas full throttle, it just instantly. So I don't even know if it just takes, it feels like 3-4 seconds maximum that you reach 200 kilometers with that amount of power. It's not surprising though. With this circle, you can basically control. So if you go to the home function, you have radio control, media, map, navigation. Is very intuitive. So your controls for navigation. And with the setup, one thing I also immediately found is you can adjust many things, but also if you go to the drive mode, in addition to the drive mode you have here, I think you can also adjust the engine transmission. You have the choice between Smart, Eco. When you go to steering, you can select Sport and Comfort. So you have also additionally put to Sport. And the suspension, you have also the option to select Sport, Comfort, but also Comfort Plus to give you a more better ride quality, especially if you are on certain areas and terrains. Let's show you how this masterpiece sounds. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the exterior. Amazing. Yeah, so the lights lastly here, as well as the hazards. Yeah, and here on the ceiling you have the controls for the various lights functions. Yeah, the ceiling is Alcantara, so it feels just so luxurious. So it has beautiful build quality materials. So Genesis really pushed up in their game here. All over the place, the leather feels just amazing. I mean, I can't stress enough how perfect the build quality is. So considering also the fact that this car starts around 90k, it's basically a bargain compared to the S-Class and other competitors such as the 7 Series. And yeah, lastly, I want to show you, let's give you a sound of the horn. Yeah. And we have the hazards here. And yeah, sunroof, I forgot almost the last part. I forgot basically a lot of parts I think, but just the ones I can detect. We have sunroof as well. Can be opened here if you press. Yeah. very nice. Here you have also the buttons for the fuel filler cap and the trunk. And lastly, let's take a look at the engine. V8. So it's called the, as I mentioned before, the TAO 5-liter engine of Hyundai. This one is extremely rare, so I don't even know. I never knew that Hyundai produced a 5-liter engine. I thought their biggest displacements were the 3.5 liter, but indeed, Genesis. So it's quite intuitive. I'm not even sure if it's a naturally aspirated or turbocharged, but I think it's naturally aspirated, judging by the sound. But it runs so smoothly, so it's very clean, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so just give you a final walk around. I'm actually quite sad that I have to return this masterpiece in 2 days, but just while having it for a couple of days, I thought it would be a good idea to show you and share with you my experience. Again, I'm sorry that this is I could not make a point of view driving experience, as I don't have the equipment and also the current knowledge, so it's pretty new, but thought it was a good idea just to show you at least the exterior and interior. And also many of you probably don't even know that this car exists, especially with a 5-liter engine. I mean, the Genesis brand in general in Europe is not very common, but yeah, at least to give you an idea what Hyundai Motor Corporation is also capable of producing. So I hope you like it. Please feel free to share. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer you in the comment section, and hope to see you again soon. Take care.